Hi, I'm Dr. Ginny Klein, and I've missed you, so I'm back with a new show for us all. It's about our feelings, fears, and fantasies, our pain and our pleasure, our problems and our solutions. It's a time for us to get together, talk things over, think things over, and find out that we are not alone. Perhaps then we can all help each other make this world and our lives just a little bit better. Did you ever do a lot of work and suddenly discover that you're really okay just as you are? Let's take a closer look at just that issue. Hey there, Patricia, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. Today I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I am.
The last session was really good.
Well, you know what? I just can't believe that I'm still feeling the same way.
What way?
That I'm okay.
You mean even if you're not perfect?
Yeah.
Even if you don't have power over everything?
Right, that I'm okay. And I know you probably are so tired of helping me, but
Not at all.
But how many times did you say certain things to me that I could understand intellectually, but I just didn't
You didn't
get
believe.
it? No, I didn't believe it.
You know why that is? Because for a year or two, we've been working. But for your entire life, those beliefs have been there since you're 3 years old. It's like a magical, imaginary, if I was this and if I was that, I'd make everybody happy. And I'd stop all the nonsense going on and everybody would love me. You've been practicing those beliefs for many decades. And we've only been talking about a different idea for a couple of years.
I really believed that that's what a good person did.
What?
A good person took care of people. A good person.
Always.
Always.
Even if they're
If
nasty.
you saw something that needed to be done, you did it. If someone needed help, you helped them. That's what a good person did. And I still believe that. I still believe that, you know, because I don't want to be like those other people, you
Right.
know, who would walk over your dead body, you know,
Well,
and you'd be in the way.
But when we're kids, we figure if we were good enough, no one would be nasty to us anymore, and we have to help people no matter what they are. If they're nice to us, nasty
See,
to
I
us,
think that's the piece
if
that
they
I
never
just
do anything
didn't
of us,
understand.
yeah.
That's
It has to
the
be
part.
100% good person,
Right.
regardless if the other person is appreciative, is reciprocal, or is kind back, or gives you
Right.
credit for something.
Right.
So you had to be at 100% of the time to anybody, even mean people, you had to do good for them.
Right. So one day I'm just driving in the car, and all of a sudden I said to myself, I'm so glad I'm me. And then I started to laugh. And I said, this is bizarre that I would be driving just thinking this. And then I thought, you know, I really am glad I'm me. I like the way I view the world. I like the way I am with people. I just think that I'm all right. And
In other words, it's good enough. You
Yeah.
dropped the 100%.
yeah, and if I make a mistake, I go, whoops, you know, and I don't beat myself up, and I don't start saying, oh, well, I should. I don't think I've said that in a long time. I should. Well, I should do this, and I should do that.
And the I who beat you up, was that the 100% I, no matter who the person is, you have to be a good person to help them?
I call that my evil twin.
Your evil twin. If that used to be your goal, though,
Right.
if you could do it 100%, you could turn a nasty person into a nice person.
But that's my evil twin with that voice.
You
That
should.
is, what do you mean you're not going to do that? What kind of person are you?
You're not a good person if you don't do it for
And
people who don't appreciate it.
I don't know where the evil twin went, or maybe I don't know. But I'm a little nervous that this won't last, because I know that several times we've had some talks, and you made a lot of sense, and I left your office and I felt really good. And then by 3 o'clock that afternoon, I forgot completely about what you said. And I said, why did I feel so good? And now I don't even remember, and what, where did that go?
Well, it fights against the other idea. It fights because your survival depended upon what you imagined you should be to change the world that you didn't have any power over as a child.
So this happens to everyone?
Yeah, in different ways. I mean, some people, they have different 100%ers. Some people have to be 100% loving and helpful like you, and some people have to be 100% powerful, like the people you serve. Some people have to be 100% without any emotion, intellectual, and you can't get a feeling out of them for love or money,
Okay.
And then there are combinations of things, in order to get along with one parent, you had to be 100% one way. In order to get along with another parent, you had to be 100% the other way. And that means that you never know where you are with that person.
Well, you never know where you are with you either.
Yeah, they don't know where they are with themselves, and it's unconscious.
I mean, if you're growing up and you have to be one way with one person and another way with another person, it doesn't really give you an opportunity to be really who you are.
No.
It's almost
because
like
it's 100% in opposite directions.
And it's almost like you're wearing a mask and you're, doing a play. You're an actor in this show and then an actor in that show.
That's right. You have to go this way on 22 at the same time.
Right.
Impossible.
And where is the person?
The original person is just a person, and the imagination makes your life is very critical of the real person, because the person can only go one direction at one time.
Right.
And they can only do what they can do, and they can't make other people appreciative no matter what they do.
I think that is the lesson that I really needed to learn.
Yeah, and we learn it only in the last couple of years, because all those other years, the other guy, the evil twin, is running your life, but it's doing it from your unconscious mind. It's something you dreamed up as a kid, and there's no time in your mind, so it kind of leaps in, well, you should, well, you should, well, you should. And isn't it, I was so pleased when you called me the other day and you said, I am so glad I'm me. I was laughing.
Think, there are always things that you could do a little differently, but I mean, basically, I'm just,
Yeah, I'm good enough. I'm a good enough.
Okay.
Yes, you're okay.
I go into Manhattan, I walk around, I'm okay.
That's right.
It's not a problem.
It's okay, and you don't have that guy beating you up and making you feel guilty all the time.
I used to step aside and let people get in front of me on lines when I would be standing, to pay for something, or I'd look around to say, oh, is someone in back of me with 3 items? Or, they have express lines in the supermarket, but I was so concerned that someone should go in front of me. What,
And a person who's that nice, if a nice person observes you, they really appreciate you. But if a person who expects to be number one no matter what, and everybody should move out of their way for them, they will not give you one iota of credit for being so nice, because it's due them, and it's expected that others should serve them. They're living in they're identifying with some important person they're supposed to be, and everybody should be considerate of them, and they don't have to reciprocate. They have a different kind of self.
Right.
They identify with that self, and everybody should serve them. God help us.
But you know what? The nice, when I think about being nice now, nice almost has not a very good connotation.
Uh-huh.
I think of nice, I kind of think of...
I'm going to ignore that. I'm sorry about the bell.
Oh.
I keep trying to put the bell down, but I have a hard time with that.
It's not bothering me.
But I'm not perfect. Go ahead.
It's not bothering me.
Yeah.
The nice almost seems like I should put it in quotation marks, nice, the nice person. It's almost as if nice was a title, that I had to wear this nice title. I was the nice person and I had to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice almost doesn't seem real.
Well,
If
your
I
nice
think
is
about
not,
it.
it's the degree of niceness, 100% nice, regardless of who's there, regardless if you want to or not. You have to do what you don't want to, because you should. If you're perfectly nice, you should. So you throw yourself under the bus.
So it's almost like you grow up with a certain way to be in the world, and that's the way you are, regardless of who you're in a relationship with. Your job is just to be nice, so you just go through life nice. So it's not that you have an interaction with someone and you're dealing with them and it's mutual. Your job is just to be nice. You're going to be the good one and the giving one, and that's just what you're going to do with everyone.
Yet regardless of whether or not they really deserve it or not.
Right.
So that it's indiscriminate, it's 100%.
I actually believed that that's the way
You should be.
I was supposed to be.
Yeah, I know. Well, that was your solution as a child. Because as a child, you couldn't solve, a 3-year-old can't reason out why people are the way they are. So what they do is they imagine power they don't have. They want to make them happy. They want to make them like them. They want to make them responsive to us, to themselves. And they figured if they're very, 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 very good, and if, you know how kids will say, look, Mommy, I'm a fairy princess, I can fly. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is imaginary solutions to a problem too big for a child to solve, because you can't change your mother, your father, your brother. You can't change people. We can't change people when we're adults. A child cannot make a mother be different. You can't.
Right.
Because nobody can make anybody else be different. They have to do the work just like you have done.
Right.
So you change your shoulds and you consider your wants more. But children are they're powerless, but they have a powerful imagination, so they imagine, if I were very, very, very good, then Mommy would be very, very, very happy with me. And then, when she isn't happy, we think we failed.
Right.
And our anger, which is normal, gets repressed. And we think if we're mad, we're bad. So we got to be very, very nice 100% all the time. See, that's an old solution to a powerless child. If the world would understand that.
That's something that can be taught in grammar school.
That's right.
You know, if you wanted to really help kids.
Yeah, but the teachers would have to know it. They don't teach this in school too much, because it's kind of an analytic thing.
Because this way you can get it over with quickly.
Well, I like to
can learn
find
about it
ways to
quickly.
teach that to the public.